Hey guys, what's up? It's me. And yeah, I'd like to talk about stuttering and dating. So basically, um, with having a stutter, it makes it really hard to talk and to talk to girls and stuff like that. And a few funny stories are like I'll just be like standing at the club and a girl will come up to me and ask me a question, but because I stutter, like there's like kind of makes you afraid to talk, and it kind of and the reason for this is every time you talk everybody looks at you, or like people laugh at you and stuff like that, and it's kind of like the negative reinforcement, like every time you talk somebody's laughing or staring at you, so you kind of just like stop talking and get afraid of talking. But basically yeah, so I've had times where like um yeah, I'm in the club and then a girl goes and she approaches me and she says that I look cute, and then instead of saying thank you, I'm kind of like, and like I can't say anything, and then she's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go. And yeah, and but there's other days like last Saturday and all that. It was my birthday, and I met this girl, and she was like a doctor, and we were playing Jenga. She was like super intelligent, like she was playing Jenga like it was chess, and like she knew she knew what moves I would make, and knew what moves she would make, and she was like 3 steps ahead of me the entire game, and she like won the game, every game except for one, and I won. But I don't know. It just wasn't really working out, and she was definitely not 30. Like she said, because I met her online and we were talking, but she said that she was 30, but she was closer to like 40 or something like that. But judgment aside, I don't know. She was cool, I guess. And so then I went to go and put like money and in like the parking meter, and then yeah, and then I came back, and then after we finished the game, she was like, "Yeah, well, I need to take care of my dog, so bye." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I kind of just give her a hug and said bye, and yeah, and then after that, I went out with my friends because it was like my birthday, and we went out to go and get ice cream. And then this other girl wanted me to go downtown and stuff like that. And at first, I was kind of reluctant to go. I didn't really want to go. And then all my friends were like, "Yeah, go, man, go. It'll be fun. It'll be fun." So then after a while of like thinking about it, I decided to go, and I brought along my friend, and then we met like these two girls, and I kind of brought along my friend, so that then he would get one girl and I get the other girl, and then we could have fun, we could dance and stuff like that. But the other girl actually had a boyfriend, so it was just kind of like it like but she didn't tell anybody that she had a boyfriend. So for about like an hour, my friend, he was like dancing with her close, and she let him do that, and he tried to turn her around, and she said, and he asked if that was okay, and she said no, and then he tried to grab her butt, and he asked if that was okay. She was like no, and she didn't even say no because I have a boyfriend. Then he'd back off and be like, oh, okay, well, I don't really want to be that guy and get in the way of you two, but she didn't. So then her friend told me that she had a boyfriend. And then I told my friend, and then he was like, "Oh, that explains a lot. Wow, I didn't even that because I was trying to do all this stuff. She kept saying no." And so then I told him, and then she was dancing with like another guy, and she expected him to save her from that guy because she's too nice to say no, I guess. But yeah, and then he and in a move that I kind of disagree with, but he kind of like smiled and waved goodbye and walked away. And and then she told her friend, and it was like, well, they were like younger girls, and I'm like 27, and they were 19, I think, and but yeah, then her friend drug her other friend away, and she said that then they sent me a text message saying like, yeah, enjoy your night. My friend doesn't really like what your friend did, and so she comes first, and she doesn't want to hang out with you guys again. and have a good night. And then I kind of showed him the text like, uh, yeah, what's this, man? And then he said that that he didn't do anything. And then I texted back and I said like he didn't really do anything. And then she told me the story, and then I talked to him, and he reminded me of the story, and yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay, because like in that situation, like if there's drunk people and a drunk guy is dancing with a girl, and you just drag that girl away from that drunk guy and you start dancing with her, like you're gonna start a fight. And I know that like firsthand because when I was 17 or something like that, the same thing happened with me, but I was dancing with a girl and her friend was dancing with another guy. And then, yeah, and then I kind of told the girl that I was dancing with, like, that's not dance, that's like rape and stuff like that. And then she kind of agreed and she kind of drugged the girl over to me. And I started dancing with the girl. And then the guy was angry, so he got his friend and they both pushed me. And then my friend pushed both of them. And then they kind of told me just not to walk home. And it was like, whoa, okay. And I got my ride home from my mom as usual because I was 17. I didn't have a car, and nothing really happened. But yeah, it's just like I kind of think that in that situation, my friend was right to do that and to avoid that conflict because I don't want to get in a fight over some girl who has a boyfriend who's trouble, who's like dancing with weird guys. But anyways, um, that day, surprisingly, I didn't really stutter too much, and it was good. And so, like, that's kind of my stuttering and dating story and stuff like that. Uh, going and meeting two new girls in one day is really rare. And like, honestly, if my friends didn't really pressure me into it, I wouldn't even do it. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, please subscribe and have a good day.